Could the strongest man who ever lived also be tragically flawed? Imagine having superhuman strength, a gift directly from God, meant for a heroic purpose, but constantly battling your own weaknesses. Today, we dive into the incredible and complex story of Samson, a judge of ancient Israel whose life is a powerful lesson in strength, temptation, and redemption. Our story begins long ago in a time when Israel was oppressed by the Philistines. An angel appeared to a couple who couldn't have children, Manoah and his wife. The message was astonishing. They would have a son, but this wouldn't be just any son. He was to be dedicated to God as a Nazirite from birth. This meant a special vow. He could never drink wine or strong drink, never touch anything dead, and crucially, a razor could never touch his hair. God promised this child would begin the deliverance of Israel from the Philistines. His name? Samson. And Samson grew, blessed by God with extraordinary physical strength. The Spirit of the Lord began to stir in him. His potential was immense. Samson performed incredible feats. In one famous battle, armed only with the fresh jawbone of a donkey, he struck down 1,000 Philistine soldiers. He even carried the massive gates of the Philistine city of Gaza, posts and all, up a hill. His strength was legendary, clearly a gift from God, fulfilling his purpose to challenge Israel's enemies. But Samson had a dangerous weakness, one that wasn't physical. He repeatedly made impulsive choices, often driven by anger and attraction to Philistine women, the very people he was meant to fight against. This led him to Delilah. The Philistine rulers, desperate to know the secret of Samson's power, bribed Delilah heavily to find out. 3 times Delilah pressed Samson for his secret. 3 times he lied to her, playing games. But she persisted, nagging him day after day, until his soul was vexed to death. Why didn't he see the danger? Why keep trusting someone so clearly set on betraying him? Finally, worn down, Samson gave in. He told Delilah the truth. His strength wasn't magical, it was tied to his Nazirite vow to God, symbolized by his uncut hair. If his head was shaved, his strength would leave him. While he slept, Delilah had his hair shaved. When the Philistines attacked, Samson awoke, expecting to break free as before. But the Bible tells us something chilling. The Philistines captured him, gouged out his eyes, and forced him into humiliating slavery, grinding grain in prison. The mighty hero was broken, blinded, and mocked. It seems like the end. But the story doesn't end there. While imprisoned, Samson's hair began to grow back. More importantly, it seems his heart began to turn back towards God in humility. The Philistines planned a huge festival to celebrate capturing Samson, bringing him to their temple dedicated to their false god, Dagon, to entertain the crowds. Thousands packed the temple. Standing between the main pillars supporting the temple, blind and humbled, Samson prayed one last desperate prayer. He asked God, "Sovereign Lord, remember me, please God, strengthen me just once more." He wanted vengeance for his 2 eyes, yes, but he reached out to the source of his true strength one final time. God answered. With a final monumental push, Samson brought the entire temple crashing down, killing himself and thousands of Philistines, more, the Bible says, than he had killed in his entire life. Samson's life is a roller coaster of triumph and failure. He was gifted by God but flawed by his choices. His story reminds us that true strength isn't just physical power, but obedience, integrity, and relying on God. It shows the devastating consequences of giving in to temptation and forgetting our purpose. But it also ends with a powerful message of redemption. Even after hitting rock bottom, Samson turned back to God, and God used him one last time to fulfill his purpose. God can work through imperfect people, and it's never too late to turn back to him. What part of Samson's story resonates most with you? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this story inspiring or thought-provoking, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone, and subscribe for more engaging Bible stories like this one. Thanks for watching. Remember, God's plans are bigger than our mistakes. See you next time.